Today we're going to go over some of the new features in our latest update of our XABCD News Pro software. If you currently have it, you can get these updates right now. If you do need our software, you can head to xabcdtrading.com. But let's get to showing you those updates right after this. Now it is Friday after the market close. I do want to let you know though that all these news events are ones that occurred in this current past week, the 7 days starting from Sunday until this coming Sunday. Now on Sunday, this being Friday, on Sunday the news events do get updated for the next 7 days and they'll be put on your chart. Now this particular chart shows all the news events for the week and it looks quite messy, so we do probably want to clean it up. We have a new global configuration settings that you can get to in your XABCD news suite option. So we'll go over that. But you can actually turn off some of the visibility for the medium and low events if you don't look at those. And you can see that it's going to get things pretty clean for you. So these are all the major news events. Now, when you actually select one of the events, you can see here it does tell you all of the news that is coming out. What has been added is we added the country that is releasing that news as well. So you can see here the country code does change depending on the news event that you select or whichever country has a holiday. Now the font sizes can be changed depending on if it's high impact news. You can set it all up yourself to whatever fits your needs. You will see that there's a little buffer zone around the line, and you can change how vibrant that color is or the opacity for it, and you can also change the thickness. So as soon as price gets into this buffer zone, it's going to alert you to the upcoming news event. So you can change that if you want a 2-bar notice, or if you want just 1 bar before the news event, or when the news event happens you can be alerted. So you can set up that in your buffer bar count down here to show you basically in advance when news is coming out. And you can also pick your alert file. We have custom alerts as well that will say
high priority news alert,
but you can use whatever custom audio file you want as well. So this is our buffer zone. You can turn these off if you want, if you don't want to see them, but it's pretty useful to have them on just so that you get that alert for the news well in advance. Now which lines do appear here will also be available to you, and which ones get alerted. This is our news events tab. It looks like your typical economic calendar. They are color coded now, which is a new update, as well as you can select which events you want to be alerted to. And we have added select all and unselect all buttons as per requested to make the selection process easier. So you can unselect them all and just select the high priority ones, or maybe you only want to know about oil inventory news releases, or perhaps it's FOMC data, or maybe it's both, but you can select which ones that you want to get alerted to as well. So that's been added on top of that. So going into the indicator settings itself, you can see that we have a show all events option, which should be on if you're trading futures. If you want to show selected events, you can just show selected ones. Those are the ones that you selected in the list of the economic calendar events. You can also, where it says use global settings, this is on or off, so you can turn this on. This is from an indicator level, right? So you can see that you can change those same opacity settings, but this is on an indicator level in case you want to use templates, and you can now have different settings for different markets if you wanted. So that is now a possibility too. So you can choose between a global setting, which I think most people will probably lean towards and use, or you can do it from an indicator level itself. So if you uncheck that, you'll see a lot more options. If you do check it, a lot of the normal ones like this whole data series and setup, this is all to do with every NinjaTrader indicator itself. So you can see how text placement can be specified, but basically all these options are now going to be used inside the global settings for the XABCD News Pro. So you won't be doing a lot of indicator setup. It's mainly going to be through the global configuration to have each one of these decide if you want it to show or not. So that's going to summarize this little update that we have released. If you guys have any other questions, feel free, like I said, to post them below. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more update videos as well as tutorials and other stuff that we do with our software. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, and we'll speak soon.